Hello, what is happening? It is your girl, Michelle M. Trey Hollis, and welcome to 5-Star Conversations in the Sun City. I am so excited to introduce to you to my friends, Ernesto and Sagnite Castro. They are the founders of Plentitude, and they have a long history in healthcare and taking care of people. And they are now continuing that journey, and they're speaking more to the heart, to the soul, and to the energy of the person. So excited to introduce you to them. I had the pleasure of visiting them in their space and getting a Reiki session by Sagnite, and I also got a card reading by Sagnite. They are incredible people. And then we heard from Ernesto just about what it means to him to support you, his neighbor here in El Paso and the borderland, in helping to manage and balance out your energies. So this is a non-denominational conversation. It is all about energy. And in a world where a lot of people are leaning towards pharmaceuticals, Plentitude is empowering you to balance, tap back in, and to calibrate and regulate your own energy process so that you can be in the present moment. So without further ado, welcome Plentitude. Okay. All right. Plentitude. Ernesto and Sagnite, thank you so much for sharing your gifts with us, with me, I should say personally, with me. And that's why I want to share who you are with the everyday El Pasoan. Everyone gets to know who you are, what you do, why you're here, and what you have to share. So we will start out first and foremost. Let everybody know who you are, how you want them to know you.
Got it. Well, I think you started off really well. Plentitude is who we are. I'm Ernesto Castro. This is Sagnite Castro. We are energy healers. And we currently are in El Paso, Texas. And we're excited to work with you too. You're an asset to El Paso, so don't stop being you. But for the most part, I would like to be known as someone who wants to help empower you, whoever that person is. It doesn't matter if you are a religious individual or a Buddhist, atheist. There is an empowerment that you have, and you can empower yourself and create a higher vibration that in turn has you connect with a better plane of energy. Okay. Right? Because there's densities that exist, and in our cosmovision, our belief is that the only reason why we are here is to lose density. We became dense, we had a fall of consciousness, and now we're trying to get back to the singularity, which is the most orgasmic and amazing feeling when we're not here. It's the best energy. You know, you've been dead longer than you've been alive. Wow. And it will always be this way. But the death is infinite with an energy, and energy doesn't ever die. The creation of understanding that nothingness actually brings unity and that unity brings infinity. It doesn't stop. It just goes and goes and goes. And so sharing that cosmovision, I think, is one of our goals. Empowering individuals here in El Paso or anywhere else. I mean, we've been doing it since we were in Virginia, and we have clients and family in Virginia, I should say more family, that we have been blessed to meet to help go through traumas with them in their lives. And we basically love them. So you are blessed. We are all blessed. And we understand wellness so much that we made it our job to try to share energy wellness, energy healing, balance, self-empowerment to anyone.
I love that explanation. And I want to kind of touch on what you said, just, it doesn't matter. This isn't about religion, because I think that's a very important point to make. Especially in this space that we're in, with everything going on in the world, and we're feeling it very heavily because we're so connected on more as human beings than we ever have been before. I want to kind of dig in a little bit more to the fact that it's not about a religious practice, it's about energy. Because when you think about how many medications people are on to divert their focus, whether it's antidepressants or whether it's stimulants, I mean, it's clear that there is a human energy issue as far as us being able to balance and be in our own energy with everything that's going on. So I would love for you to explain a little bit more about how the modalities and the healing practices that you all embody and that you share with others help people with that, because I think that that's important.
Well, I want to break that question down into two parts. Okay. We have the modalities, but I think one thing to understand when you're working with Plentitude is that as an energy healer, we give you the tools to vibrate at a higher density. We give you the tools, the understanding, the focus, the goals. We keep you goal oriented so that you're looking for the self. And I think that's the pinnacle there is we currently live in a very unique social setting. There's a lot of fear, and it doesn't matter the reasons and the complexities, and you can give me all the excuses, but there's a distortion that exists out there. And regardless of the distortion, we don't have to play the game. And you don't have to play the game. And the power that you create is by creating your own reality, by creating your own infrastructure. Do you look daily to eat at someone else's table? Like, they built this beautiful table and people are always at the side looking, I want to be there. You have your own table. Build it. Be that energy to show the world by example, not by the command, not in a dogmatic way, right? We want to teach you by example. We want to show you the light because we see the light. I am the Alpha and the Omega because you are the Alpha and the Omega. I have nothing more than you have. If you can balance correctly, your abundance will come. And so in a distorted world, we hope to show you your empowerment. And then with that, you can create a different vibration,
Yeah, and I think it's really important to mention that it doesn't matter where you're at in your daily walk, right? Or in your spiritual walk or in your belief, like Ernesto says. The idea is to expand our consciousness, our awareness of who we are within our existence, within our reality, right? And so it's really, there shouldn't be any tug of war, because we're not here to challenge your spiritual walk. We're here to accentuate it, because the moment that you realize that you are a co-creator, like Ernesto was saying, you're the Alpha, you're the Omega, so am I. It's because we are an extension of God and we're co-creators. And the moment that you realize that, you're empowered, and now you really truly are an active participant in your co-creation.
Not a victim.
Not a victim anymore, because that is kind of what holds us down. What does victimization do? It doesn't allow us to be able to live like fully or plentifully. And it also keeps us in the state of fear, in the state of anger, in the state of stress, in the state of feeling unworthy. And so the key really is loving yourself, taking the time to connect with the divine that is within you, so that that divine that is, you know, there for you, waiting for you to like receive it, comes to you. You know, when you're fearful, when you're stressed, when you're feeling those densities, you're kind of like closed up. But it's yours. It's like pouring down, and you're like, no, I don't want it. Lose the fear. Remember, like you've done this, like we've all done this a few times already. It's just a matter of remembering.
Where did the name Plentitude come from?
Please.
Okay. I'm a certified end-of-life doula. That means that I walk with people who are in the process of dying, which we all are. And I was doing it just on a volunteer basis, but then I saw the need to like get more involved, right? I felt like I had things to offer, and in order for me to offer them, we had to create our own little entity. And so the idea of Plentitude is to live plentifully from the moment that you come to this world until the time that you're ready to transition, right? And so really it was an inspiration out of, you know, serving.
Okay. When did you realize that this was the work that you want to do in this moment? Has this been something you've always done, or is it an evolution?
I think it calls you because again, we, depending on how you think, you can assume that you live in a third density world. Like, so my life experiences brought me back to realizing that wellness calls upon you. Just like as a musician, I play music. All the instruments that I play, they chose me. I didn't choose them. And wellness and understanding the value of life and understanding the value of other people. I can't live alone. I couldn't farm. I couldn't drive a truck across the country to create things. I have to do other things, right? I chose wellness, but other people do it. And so I know that by loving other people, it's loving myself. You know, the idea of we are one is the concept that has kind of engraved in my mind since I was a child. I can tell you as a kid, my family had a Christian belief. And when they told me some of the stories, it just didn't resonate with me. Okay. And I realized my brain just doesn't function that way. I have more control, and I am a part of the unit of life. And so when you realize that and you fill your cup with love, all you want to do is serve. All you want to do is help other people. Because again, helping others means you're helping yourself.
And it was, for me, it's not so romantic. You know what I mean? I just remember awesome. Being a kid, having a lot of questions. Things just didn't really fit in. My family is also Christian. And I remember asking my mama, I said, what happened? Okay, and I know that this isn't politically correct, but literally my question was, what happened to all the Indians, right? Like, are they all in hell because they didn't know about Jesus? And she says, well, that's just the way it was. And that hurt me. Because I felt like it was so injustice out of this God, right, who is supposed to be love. Like, how come they're disposable? And as I grew, I asked too many questions, and that got me in a lot of trouble. But in that trouble, I learned a lot. I learned that it's okay to not fit in, right? And it's okay to seek. And it brought me to Buddhism. And then Buddhism brought me to like being agnostic, and it was a huge evolution of self-discovery. that brought me here. But in that evolution, you bet your sweet biscuits that there were a whole bunch of mistakes.
Mhm.
And as I reflect on my life, I see all these karmic circles that repeated in my life that were hurtful and that polished me to be able to say, you know what? I know how it feels, dude. But once you walk through it, it's going to be okay. And that is like, I feel like we need so much love right now. Like the name of the game is love.
Mhm.
Love yourself, fill your cup. And as you're filling your cup and it starts to overflow, it'll flow out, right?
Mhm.
To your neighbor, to your mom, even to the people that might upset you. Like you're driving and road rage is a thing. Like you don't judge people because you don't need to judge them anymore. You've learned that they're in their process of learning as well as you are. And sometimes you don't meet in the same spot, and it's okay to continue to walk. Because the point is not to stay stagnant. And so that has led me to share it. I feel a little bit, I tell Ernesto, I feel a little bit like my dad. He was missionary. So what would he be? He would be, un vocero. I don't know what that is. Like somebody that speaks about God, like bringing the good news. And to a certain extent, I feel that way. And I feel like I was there watching him for that reason, because now it's my turn to say, yes, God is fucking fantastic. Sorry. And Jesus, and Maestro Jesus is somebody that we should learn from. Like his life wasn't to divide us. It's to say, dude, I am the way. You can do what I can do. Love yourself, connect with the divine, and raise your vibration and live as one. No more fear, no more division. That is my mission.